just in India, and we can contact
Listen, you can hear a quiet communications makeover as NextGen moves aviation from voice to text. Data communications is more efficient, flexible, and safe. And combined with other NextGen technologies, DataComm opens up great possibilities for the future.
It really is kind of a game changer. If you compare it to our daily lives, it was almost communication before texting or email. Telephone communication was a great way to do that, but if you had to get a message out to a bunch of folks, playing the telephone game 20 times over was very inefficient. And for us to be able to receive our clearances and coordination stuff through this email-like service is so much more efficient. It's clear, it's readable.
This becomes more important as traffic increases and we accommodate new users of the national airspace. Old two-way voice radio won't be able to keep up.
You know, when you're trying to read a very lengthy flight plan and they read it back wrong, I have to go back and fix that. And that will take several fixes occasionally. So it is a challenge that DataComm will do away with.
Here's how DataComm speeds up the departure clearance process. Each flight crew receives route instructions from an air traffic controller prior to taxiing. The pilot of the voice-only communication plane in red listens to the transmission from the controller,
29 Papa X-ray Victor,
then repeats it to make sure he has transcribed everything correctly.
Okay, so that'll be the Newark 1 radar vectors, Newell, J6, Danner, Ravine, J64.
Sometimes this takes more than one exchange before everything is clear, and the process takes several minutes depending on how complex the route information is.
After Newell, it's J60.
J60 after Newell.
If there are reroutes to deliver, the process bogs down even more. With the DataComm-enabled plane in blue, the controller sends digital route information directly to the plane's DataComm receiver. The pilot simply reads the text display and presses Wilco for Will Comply. Then the instructions are loaded directly into the onboard computer system. This takes only seconds. When we look at this process across the operation, the time savings are significant. Those time savings mean a more efficient system. In this scenario, while just 2 voice-only planes have been cleared for takeoff, 5 DataComm planes are already on their way. As more DataComm planes are cleared for takeoff in mere seconds versus minutes, the time savings and departure volume continues to increase. This is the key benefit of DataComm in the departure clearance process. By increasing efficiency of operations nationwide, the result is fewer delays from the outset.
So this is just the tip of the iceberg, ground reroutes. Soon we'll have the ability to do things in flight, basic stuff such as altimetry changes, frequency changes, and eventually we'll move into more complex clearances while we're flying. But once we have the system in place, I think it'll really speed up the entire process of every transaction that we do with an air traffic control facility.
DataComm is built on the foundation of NextGen's primary infrastructure, including systems already in use, like ERAM and ADS-B. These tools help provide relational information or situational awareness to both planes en route and to controllers. With DataComm, controllers will be able to transmit complex reroute information to several planes at once in a sector. The time savings will be significant.
When you start getting into more complex clearances and additional information that needs to go into those clearances, that's going to take time on a frequency. To have the ability to send that message with all those different elements to the flight deck without having to voice it and then get the readback and verify it because it's going to be verified right there in front of them and loaded into the system, it's going to benefit everybody.
It will also result in tremendous efficiency. Controllers can adjust routes earlier and more gradually, and see the impact of these changes on all planes in the area. The cost savings in terms of limiting delays, reducing fuel use, and streamlining traffic flow will be huge.
A few years down the road, everything's going to be going through DataComm to make it more efficient. Everybody that I talk to that says, man, we're going to be able to send revised clearances to the flight decks, they love it. They can't wait to get it.
Tests with FedEx in Memphis and United Airlines in Newark show cost benefits and reduced delays.
Newark is generally the most delayed airport in the country, and a lot of that has to do with the weather. And as I've gone through the project and learned more about it, and seeing it from the industry and the pilot side and the benefit to them, it even exceeded my expectations of the benefits.
NextGen is transforming flight routing procedures, increasing efficiency, flexibility, and safety. These changes to our airspace translate into time and money saved for airlines and a better experience for the traveling public.